Can I uncover the shocking comment Meghan McCain made to clap back at Erica Kirk's critics? Meghan McCain and Erica Kirk are two names that have suddenly become part of a much bigger celebrity conversation. And if you have been following the latest headlines, then you already know this story has taken a dramatic turn. Meghan McCain, known for her strong opinions, sharp commentary, and willingness to speak her mind no matter who agrees or disagrees, is no stranger to controversy. As the daughter of the late Senator John McCain, and a public figure in her own right, she has built a reputation for saying exactly what she thinks, especially when she feels someone is being unfairly targeted. Erika Kirk, meanwhile, has been at the center of a storm of criticism, with social media users, online commentators, and celebrity gossip circles all weighing in on her recent actions, her public statements, and the backlash that seems to be following her everywhere she goes. Now the situation surrounding Erika Kirk has been getting more intense by the day. What started as criticism from a few corners of the internet has turned into a full-blown public debate. Her critics have been relentless. They have questioned her behavior, challenged her motives, and examined nearly every move she has made. From the way she has presented herself online to the way she has handled personal and professional issues, people have not been holding back. Some have accused her of being insensitive. Others have said she has been careless. Still others have argued that her public responses have only made matters worse. Instead of calming the situation, every new post, every reaction, and every attempt to explain herself has seemed to bring even more attention to the controversy. For Erika Kirk, the criticism has not just been loud, it has been constant. Social media platforms have become the battleground, with people posting their opinions, sharing clips, dissecting statements, and debating what she should or should not have done. The backlash has not been limited to a single issue either. It has become part of a broader discussion about her image, her choices, and the way public figures are expected to respond when they come under fire. Some people feel she deserves the criticism, others believe she is being unfairly targeted. And as this conversation has grown, it has become clear that Erika Kirk is no longer just dealing with a temporary wave of negativity. She has become the center of a larger argument about accountability, public judgment, and the power of online outrage. That is what makes this story so fascinating, because the debate surrounding Erika Kirk is not just about one person or one controversy. It is about the way the public reacts to celebrities and social media personalities when they are accused of doing something wrong. It raises questions that people are asking more and more these days. Are we too quick to judge? Are people being condemned before all the facts are even clear? Is social media creating an environment where outrage becomes more important than truth? Or is this simply the price of being a public figure in a world where everything is scrutinized in real time? These are the exact questions that have been hanging over the Erika Kirk situation, and that is why Meghan McCain stepping into the conversation made such a huge impact. Because when Meghan McCain talks, people listen. Whether they agree with her or not, whether they support her or criticize her, one thing is always true. Meghan McCain knows how to make a statement that gets attention. She has built an entire public image around being outspoken, unfiltered, and unapologetically direct. So when she decided to weigh in on the Erika Kirk controversy, it was never going to be a small moment. It was always going to cause a reaction. And that is exactly what happened. Meghan McCain recently entered the debate with a comment that many people are now calling shocking, bold, and deeply controversial. The moment her words hit the public, social media exploded. Celebrity blogs picked it up. Reaction accounts started sharing clips. Comment sections filled up instantly. Supporters applauded her for saying what they believed needed to be said. Critics accused her of going too far. Some said she was defending the indefensible. Others argued she was the only person willing to call out the mob mentality surrounding Erika Kirk. What made Meghan McCain's statement stand out was not just the fact that she defended Erika Kirk. It was the way she did it. She did not try to soften her point. She did not tiptoe around the controversy. She did not give a vague, carefully worded celebrity answer. She went straight to the heart of the matter. And according to the exact wording that has now been circulating widely, Meghan McCain said this: Erika Kirk's critics are just mad because she's not apologizing for something she didn't even do. That one sentence changed everything. For many people, it was the ultimate clapback. For others, it was a shocking defense that completely challenged the dominant narrative. And for everyone watching, it was the moment the controversy took on a whole new life. Why? Because Meghan McCain was not just offering sympathy. She was not simply saying people should be kinder. She was not asking for more nuance. She was directly accusing Erica Kirk's critics of being motivated by anger rather than truth. That is a serious claim. By saying her critics were just mad, Meghan McCain framed the backlash not as righteous accountability, but as emotional outrage. And by adding that Erica Kirk was refusing to apologize for something she didn't even do, McCain did something even more explosive. She implied that the entire controversy may be based on a false or exaggerated accusation. In other words, she was not merely defending Erica Kirk's right to respond how she wants. She was suggesting that Erica Kirk might not owe anyone an apology in the first place. That is what made the comment so shocking. It was not neutral. It was not cautious. It was confrontational. It challenged the very foundation of the criticism Erica Kirk has been facing. And once those words were out there, the reaction was immediate. Some people praised Meghan McCain almost instantly. They said she was brave for speaking out when so many others were afraid to challenge the online pile-on. They argued that too often public figures are pressured into apologizing even when the facts are unclear, and that McCain's statement was a necessary reminder that not every controversy deserves a public confession. Supporters said she was exposing a pattern that has become all too familiar. Social media outrage builds momentum, assumptions get treated like facts, and the demand for accountability sometimes turns into a demand for humiliation. To those supporters, Meghan McCain was not just defending Erica Kirk. She was defending fairness. She was defending the idea that public figures should not be forced into apologizing just to satisfy critics. She was pushing back against what many see as a culture of performative outrage, where the loudest voices online can pressure someone into submission regardless of what actually happened. But of course, not everyone saw it that way. Plenty of people were furious. Critics of Meghan McCain argued that her statement was irresponsible. They said it dismissed the concerns people had raised about Erica Kirk and reduced legitimate criticism to simple anger. Some accused McCain of oversimplifying a complicated situation. Others said she was trying to shift the focus away from Erica Kirk's actions and onto the emotions of the people calling her out. In their view, the issue was not whether critics were mad. The issue was whether Erica Kirk had done something worthy of criticism, and whether her behavior justified the backlash she was receiving. For those critics, Meghan McCain's words were not bold. They were inflammatory. They believed her statement added fuel to the fire, instead of encouraging thoughtful discussion. And in a way, both sides are right about one thing. Meghan McCain absolutely added fuel to the fire. That is undeniable. Her comment did not calm the conversation. It intensified it. It gave the debate a new angle. It created a fresh divide. And it forced people to choose sides all over again. That is the power of a single statement, when it comes from someone like Meghan McCain. Now let's really break down why this comment hit so hard. First, the phrasing was incredibly strategic. Erica Kirk's critics are just mad that opening immediately puts the focus on the critics instead of Erica Kirk herself. It flips the script. Rather than asking what Erica Kirk did wrong, the statement asks why her critics are reacting the way they are. It subtly suggests that the real problem might not be Erica Kirk at all. The real problem might be the people judging her. Then comes the second half, because she's not apologizing for something she didn't even do. This is where the statement becomes explosive. Meghan McCain is not simply defending Erica Kirk's right to stay silent or to refuse an apology. She is making a much stronger claim. She is asserting innocence. She is implying that the pressure campaign against Erica Kirk is built on a false premise. And that is exactly why so many people were stunned by the comment. Because if Meghan McCain is right, then Erica Kirk's critics may indeed be overreacting. But if Meghan McCain is wrong, then her defense becomes a serious miscalculation. That tension is what makes this story so compelling. It is not just about whether the comment was dramatic. It is about whether the comment was true. And that is where the public remains divided. Some viewers have said Meghan McCain simply gave voice to what many were already thinking. They believe the criticism surrounding Erica Kirk has gone too far. They feel that every move Erica makes is being interpreted in the worst possible light. They argue that once someone becomes a target online, everything they say gets twisted, every response gets weaponized, and every attempt to defend themselves gets treated as more proof of guilt. In that sense, Meghan McCain's comment was seen as a direct challenge to the mob mentality that can sometimes take over internet culture. Others, however, argue that the backlash did not come out of nowhere. They believe Erica Kirk's actions and responses contributed to the controversy. They say it is unfair to pretend the criticism is purely emotional when many people have raised specific concerns. From that perspective, Meghan McCain's statement feels dismissive. It feels like a celebrity friend stepping in to shield another public figure from consequences, rather than engaging honestly with the issues being raised. And that is what makes the debate around this moment so layered. This is not just a celebrity feud. This is not just one viral quote. This is a real-time example of how public narratives are formed and challenged in the age of social media. One side says accountability. The other side says overreaction. One side says criticism is deserved. The other side says the criticism has become a spectacle. One side sees Erica Kirk as someone who should answer for her actions. The other sees her as someone being pushed to apologize for something she may not even be guilty of. And right in the middle of that battle is Meghan McCain, with one sentence that managed to shift the focus of the entire conversation. That is why people are still talking about it. It was not just shocking because it was blunt. It was shocking because it directly challenged the emotional momentum behind the backlash. It forced people to pause and ask a different question. Not just what did Erica Kirk do, but also why are people so determined to make her apologize? That is a very different conversation. And once that question entered the debate, everything changed. Now, whether Meghan McCain intended to completely reframe the narrative or not, that is exactly what happened. Her words did more than defend Erica Kirk. They gave Erica's supporters a powerful talking point. Suddenly, instead of just arguing that Erica should be given grace, they had a much stronger claim to rally around, that she was being attacked for refusing to admit to something she never did. That is a compelling narrative. And it is also a dangerous one, because if it catches on, it can completely reshape public perception. That is why the impact of Meghan McCain's comment cannot be overstated. It gave the controversy new energy. It made the debate more polarized. It pulled in people who may not have been paying attention before. And it reminded everyone that in celebrity culture, sometimes one sentence can do more than days of explanations, apologies, or online arguments. The reaction across social media reflected exactly how divided people were. Supporters reposted the quote with captions like "Finally someone said it" and "Meghan is right." Others called it the perfect clapback, and praised her for not bowing to internet pressure. Some even said it was refreshing to hear someone reject the idea that every controversy must end with a forced apology. Meanwhile, critics responded just as intensely. They called the statement tone-deaf. They accused Meghan McCain of defending bad behavior. Some said she was using her platform to dismiss valid criticism. Others argued that whether or not Erica Kirk did it was not the only issue, because the way she handled the backlash had become part of the problem. That is another important layer here. Even when people disagree about the original controversy, they often still judge how the person responded. Did they take responsibility? Did they show empathy? Did they escalate the situation? Did they act defensive? Did they make things worse? These are the kinds of questions that can keep a public controversy alive long after the original issue begins to fade. And Erica Kirk's responses, according to many observers, have been part of why the criticism has stayed so intense. Some say she has been too defiant. Others say she has simply refused to cave to pressure. Depending on where you stand, her refusal to apologize either looks stubborn or principled. And that is exactly why Meghan McCain's comment landed the way it did. Because she did not just defend Erica Kirk's tone, she defended Erica Kirk's refusal to apologize altogether. That is a much bigger statement. It says the refusal itself is justified. It says the pressure itself is unfair. It says the critics may be upset not because justice has not been served, but because they are not getting the admission of guilt they want. That is a bold accusation, and it is one that will continue to spark debate. So what does this mean going forward for Meghan McCain and Erica Kirk? For Meghan McCain, it reinforces exactly the public persona she has always had. She is someone who is willing to step into controversial territory and say what many others will not. Whether people love her or hate her for it, she understands how to dominate a news cycle with a single statement. This moment only strengthens that image. She remains the kind of commentator who can enter an already heated conversation and instantly make it even bigger. For Erica Kirk, the impact is more complicated. On one hand, Meghan McCain's support gives her a powerful ally and a very public defense. In a moment when critics are circling, having someone like McCain openly say you do not owe an apology can be incredibly significant. It gives Erica's supporters validation. It gives her a narrative to stand behind. It may even make some neutral observers reconsider whether the backlash has gone too far. On the other hand, it also increases the stakes. Because once a major public figure steps in with such a strong defense, the conversation becomes even more intense. Critics become more determined. Supporters become louder. Every new development gets analyzed more closely. And suddenly the controversy is no longer just about Erika Kirk. It is also about Meghan McCain's defense of her. That means both women are now tied to this debate in a much bigger way. And that is why this story has become so captivating. It is not just about a viral quote. It is about what that quote represents. It represents the growing divide between accountability and outrage. It represents the way celebrity culture amplifies conflict. It represents the power of one public figure stepping in to completely reframe a narrative. And it represents the uncomfortable truth that in today's media landscape, public opinion is often shaped as much by who tells the story as by the facts themselves. In essence, Meghan McCain's shocking comment was not just a defense of Erika Kirk. It was a direct challenge to the people attacking her. It was a rejection of the idea that Erika should apologize simply because the internet demands it. It was a statement about how quickly outrage can become a kind of public pressure campaign. And whether you think she was right or wrong, there is no denying that her words changed the conversation. That is why so many people are still talking about it. That is why the clip continues to circulate. That is why fans, critics, bloggers, and celebrity watchers keep coming back to the same question: was Meghan McCain exposing an unfair pile-on? Or was she excusing behavior that deserved criticism? That question remains unanswered for many people. And maybe that is exactly why this moment matters so much. Because it forces us to think beyond the surface. It forces us to ask whether public accountability has become too performative. It forces us to consider whether apologies are sometimes demanded not for justice, but for spectacle. It forces us to ask whether refusing to apologize can ever be a sign of integrity rather than arrogance. And it forces us to confront the reality that once the internet decides someone is guilty, changing that narrative can be almost impossible. Unless, of course, someone like Meghan McCain steps in and says exactly what no one expected. So if you were wondering what the shocking comment was that Meghan McCain made to clap back at Erika Kirk's critics, now you know exactly why it caused such a stir. Erika Kirk's critics are just mad because she's not apologizing for something she didn't even do. That was the line. That was the spark. That was the clapback that sent this story into overdrive. And whether you see it as brave, reckless, honest, or provocative, one thing is absolutely clear. It worked. People are talking. The debate is bigger than ever. And both Meghan McCain and Erika Kirk are now at the center of a much larger conversation about celebrity, criticism, accountability, and public perception. So what do you think? Was Meghan McCain right to defend Erika Kirk so boldly? Do you think Erika Kirk's critics are overreacting? Or do you think Meghan McCain crossed a line by dismissing the backlash the way she did? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more celebrity news, viral moments, and the latest drama everyone is talking about, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.